Well, after like 6 hours of watching, we watched everything to do 2 episodes in a row.
Yep.
That is Bluecaster in the other room. You probably can't hear him, but hopefully they get quieter as the 2 episodes go on. But first, let's schwa that roll call. Eiji Tsuburaya, the man who created something from nothing. Godzilla. Ultraman. But when those who don't give his franchises enough credit, these podcasters will do it justice. For they are...
Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger!
Love our Hall of Fame's Ultraman. Ultra Yellow Canister, gone.
The other son of Belial, Ultra Pinkcaster Lane!
Spreading the love on one of Japanese beloved franchises.
Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger! Greetings everyone and welcome to Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, the show where we talk about Ultraman's past, present, future, Godzilla, and all kaiju in between. Gar, if you may.
And today, we give...
Well, introduce yourself! Fuck!
Well, fine. Well, I am your host, Ultra Yellowcaster, Autogar.
And I'm your co-host, Ultra Pinkcaster Lane.
And today we got a special type of episode for you.
We do.
Which, episode 73, we are talking about 2 episodes of SSSS.GRIDMAN. And the finale to Ultraman Rube, with the featured discussion being our overall thoughts on the show.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah. And if you are listening to this, and you listen to episode 74, we're just going to say it right now, both episodes are being recorded on the same day. So it's just a back-to-back conversation, but it's like, oh, then why didn't you just do everything at once? Because I like to have separate episodes for things.
Yeah, and honestly, it'd be too long.
It would be too... Nobody would want to be here for 3 hours.
So think of this as like the finale part 1, and then episode 74 is the finale part 2.
We're pulling the Harry Potter.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Harry Potter did do it first.
Harry Potter was the one that started it.
And then Twilight.
Yeah. I just realized I didn't load the news stories.
How dare you?
I got the news stories.
Oh my god.
Oh, am I fired?
Yeah, you're fired.
I'm fired from my own show. Alright.
Yeah, you're fired.
I guess you're the host then. So,
I'm shutting the show down.
Oh, well, you want to talk about the first news story?
Yeah, so they announced a Ultraman suit 1/6 scale figure of the manga Ultraman that's being adapted into a Netflix series.
Well, it's based on Netflix adaptation.
And
it looks alright. If I can click on an image. There we are.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel back out with the Ultraman suits.
That looks really good.
It does.
Though they uploaded a clip showing the transformation for Ultraman in the series, and I'm wondering if mocap was such a good idea.
It does kind of look iffy.
Because, like, if you were going to use just, like, human movements for these characters, then just make it live action. Honestly, make it live action, give it more of a, like, realistic look to it. Like, that'd be great.
Honestly,
I'd enjoy that.
Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, if this ever got popular enough to make a show of it, I could see it, or like, hell, I could see this. I can see the manga being used as a movie, like over here in the West.
Yeah,
like the premise of it.
Like, they went the animated route because it looks cheap. It's cheaper.
It is cheaper.
Yeah.
Then it's like it makes sense for manga to be adapted into an anime.
Yeah, but still, it just it looked clunky. Like the transformation itself looked fucking cool. That was awesome. But like, just when they were fighting, like it just.
Well, it is his first time fighting.
I know, but just like the way the movements were and everything, it just looked weird. It might be something I'll get used to over time, but like,
yeah, the figure looks alright.
Yeah, the Ultraman armor itself looks fucking badass. I love it. It's really cool.
Expected to be released in June. Fans can pre-order the figure for $129 over at 30 website. I guess they're probably the developers of the thing.
You know what? For a fucking 1:6 scale and like action figure, that's awesome. Like, has die-cast parts, 40 points of articulation, has LED lighting for the eyes, color timer,
4 pairs of changeable hands,
and spacium blades on both arms.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, at least it comes with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So, like, essentially, this is almost like a real action hero, but for like the Netflix Ultraman.
Yeah. Or you mean Hot Toys?
Yes. That's what people are gonna call him. It's like, oh, I love the Netflix Ultraman. I'll be like, you'll just be like, it's the manga Ultraman.
Well, no, it's not even that. I'm just thinking, wow, are people gonna actually, take the time and effort and watch the original series? All 39 episodes of it.
I mean, we will.
Yeah, but I've already done it.
That's true. I have not. I've only watched the first episode, episode 4 or 7, and the last episode.
All the normal
The
episodes.
good ones.
The only decent.
I can't wait to rewatch the episode with Juris.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that episode was fantastic.
Alright, our next news story, the Ultra Heroes Expo for 2019 is coming up very soon. It's actually starting March 21st at Tokyo Solomarchi.
That's tomorrow.
That's today in Japan right now.
Yep.
On April 1st, there will be a fan meeting with Ultraman X lead actor Daichi. Daichi with the character Chiaki acting as MC.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm
Chiaki.
Hi, I'm Chiaki Seshimo. Dark Thunder Engine acted, guys.
No, prove you're Chiaki. Gets a chair, sits in it.
That's They're just like losing their fucking minds.
And then on April 5th, there's a fan meeting with Takuya Negishi.
And then Takaru from Ultraman X is the MC. What the fuck? That's so funny.
Well, they're good at announcing things.
That's probably why. Oh my lord, this is so amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah,
they have Daichi on one day and then fucking Hikaru on the other, and they just have the two fucking Dark Thunder Engine.
Wait. On April 6th, a live performance by Voyager comprised of Chiaki, Seshimo, and Takaru. Wait,
they're singing?
Wait. Oh shit!
What?
Are you telling me these are the people that sang the Ultraman X opening?
Oh!
Is that why they haven't been doing?
Oh, they're just cameos because they sing the song. Oh, we are sorry.
We're going to hell, aren't we?
Jesus Christ, we're so sorry.
Oh,
because it's a good theme song.
Oh,
wow. That's awkward. Jesus Christ, we never realized.
Well, we never do.
We didn't look up, who sings the fucking... We should do that from now on. Every time we talk about a new Ultraman series, look up, like, the opening and endings and, like, who performed them? So, like, Because we were, like, for the whole show, like, series we were watching X, we've just been making fun of them, being like, they just sit there in their chairs, they don't go anywhere, they don't do anything.
Guess they've been doing the biggest thing of all.
Singing that badass Ultraman X theme song.
And ending.
Oh, we're sorry. We have much more respect for you two. You can tell us Dark Thunder Energy approaches as much as you want.
You guys can keep your internship. Fuck, my face hurts.
Oh, mine too. We're going to hell.
Mine hurts for more reasons.
Because we just realized, like, because it's like, why are they performing live?
It's an event. It's a live performance. It's an expo. You know how we have, you can't move expo, aka fan expo?
Can't move.
One exit expo, still fan expo?
You're just paying $30 just to go shop.
Where I could easily do that at home on my computer.
Right.
Could pay extra, but
yeah, you're there for the experience of the people.
You're there for the people.
Anyways, Voyager, we apologize. We here at Ultraranger apologize. We're trying to be entertaining.
Yeah.
We of course think you're great people. You perform a very nice song, and you helped Zio give them all the info that they needed whenever Dark Thunder energy was approaching.
But Goki's still gay.
Goki is still gay. Hashtag gay for Goki.
Hashtag gay for Goki.
Hashtag gay for Goki.
Alright, our next news story. Over the weekend, Evolution Toy held a production expedition showcasing some of the new releases coming up. And one of them is a really crappy Gridman figure.
Yeah, it's the hero action figure of the original Gridman, and just
it looks awful.
It's awful. Like the proportioning's weird. The waist, like the waist looks bad.
Yeah, let's talk about the waist. There's too much. Like Paul and Raven, Green Redcaster were over when I was getting the news. And they saw this image of Gridman. And Paul, Greencaster said it best, it's the abdomen area that screws it all over.
And I'm looking at the leg joints where the legs meet the hip. I feel like I could just take the leg and just snap it immediately.
Yeah. These look like really cheap figures.
Apparently these are the same company who made the Redman figure.
Yeah.
And the Redman figure is apparently garbage too.
Yeah.
So
which this figure costs $8,800. So it's what, $90-$100?
Yeah. Over $100 for this Gridman figure.
No.
Where if you just get the Ultra Act, you're way better off.
Or you could get the set that comes with the Thunder Gridman, which apparently costs 20,800 yen.
No, thank you.
Oh, thank you. And the worst part is that there's one for Gridman Sigma, and King Gridman's also been announced.
See, there's the Ultra Active Gridman. That looks nice.
It was alright.
It's okay. It's not the greatest thing ever, but I feel like if they make an SH figure arts of the original Gridman, that would be gorgeous. That looks so good.
But yes, they also have plans to make a Gridman Sigma. In which he also, he has the same problem.
And then beside him you see Mirror Man.
Who's coming out.
He looks good.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good.
I thought that was a figure art for a second.
He looks very proportionate. He's coming out in April of 2019 for 8,800 yen. And lastly, I'm going to skip over this because we're probably going to talk about it for Castranger. Oh yeah, they're also planning on re-releasing Redman. Apparently it's an updated version of the figure that doesn't break on you.
That's good.
But there's also Triple Fighter.
No.
There is no... Oh, yep. He'll be coming out in July of 2019 for, once again, 8,800 yen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, and there...
Oh, God. I forgot about this thing. The Muppet.
Yeah, there's...
Kanigan.
Yeah, Kanigan was also shown off as a Kaiju action figure, or CAF. No release date yet, just shown off as a display piece.
Just look at that head, though. Just giant mouth. Just, he looks like a Muppet.
He does look like a Muppet. Hi, everybody! It's the Kaiju Show, guest starring Ultraman! Yay!
Kanigan, the Kaiju here.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Ultraranger, where we talk about the Kaijus of past, present, and future Ultraman in and all superhero heroes in between. I am your host, Kaiju Caster Octoguard. Yay! And we're back to Gridman.
Ugh.
Ugh.
How dare you represent Gridman so poorly? Tamashii Nations, get on a figure art already.
They can't. Because they're too busy making repaints of Ultraman Zero.
Gar, what did I tell you?
Stop saying things on the podcast and it'll happen.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Like, literally, 2 episodes ago, Gar, we were talking about this, and Gar was like, yeah. Like, they could easily just repaint freaking Zero, and we could get the Noah and blue form, like blue and red forms. And
so, yeah.
There we go!
At the Shanghai Ultra Heroes Tamashii Nations event, they announced SH Figuarts Ultraman Zero Strong Corona and Luna Miracle. So far, no pricing or release date has been announced for these figures, but they were shown off on display.
Oh, they look good.
Which, yeah, they do look good.
Just fucking pose those with your Rosso and blue figure
Oh.
arts. That would look nice. They look nice together.
And as a reminder, Strong Corona and Luna Miracle was a side effect after Ultraman Zero fused with Ultraman Dyna and Cosmos.
Yep. And they were pretty kick-ass forms.
Yeah.
I remember that special. Now we're Zero Darkness.
Probably a Tamashii Nations event.
Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is just paint in fucking Belial colors and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite Zero form.
And of course, it makes sense for Zero to get these because he's the popular Ultraman.
Everyone loves Zero.
Oh, okay. So Strong Corona is a fusion of Dyna Strong form and Cosmos Corona form, and Luna Miracle is a union of Cosmos Luna and Dyna Miracle forms. Ultra X were available for these, but now they revealed that there are SH Figuarts for them as well.
Cool. And there's Ginga.
And there's Ginga again. Hooray for Ginga!
Hooray for Ginga!
Yay! I freaking love doing my Kermit voice.
I know.
Alright then, let's get on to SSSS.GRIDMAN.
君を退屈から救いに来たんだ
Okay.
So yeah, we're talking about episodes 8 and 9. We're just going to talk about both of them together.
Yep, so...
Episode 8, I don't remember the names of these episodes because I did not write them down.
I think it was like...
I'm going to quickly...
Well, they're all one word, so...
Yeah, so... I'm just going to look up the titles quickly. Episode 8, Confrontation, and Episode 9, Dream.
Yeah, so... 8 was interesting. 8 was really good. I liked 8.
Yeah.
Episode 8 was nice. 9, I was questioning my entire existence.
Questioning all of existence.
Like, oh my god. But it's like...
What if I'm the Ultraman?
If I'm Gridman.
What if I'm Gridman? Dun, dun.
Yeah, so episode 8, Confrontation. So pretty much, like... This episode, Akane, like, the focus is, like, Akane, like, there's a school festival coming up that, like, happens every year. And so Akane, being Akane, because she hates everything, she doesn't like this festival. So she decides, oh, I'm gonna summon a kaiju and get to fuck up the festival, and then everyone will be dead and unhappy, and I'll be happy, because it happened.
Well, I'll be happy, because everyone else is dead.
Yeah, so she, like, remodeled the first kaiju that Gridman ever fought, and, like, mechanized it, which I fucking immediately loved, because, you mechanize a kaiju, mechanize anything, it's 10 times better. So
I'll be on a shirt coming out this summer.
Yep.
Mechanize something that's 10 times cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have a mechanized Ultra Paintcaster.
Yep. Mecha me. Yeah. So,
Hashtag Mecha me.
Exactly. Yeah, so, like, pretty much the whole gist of this episode is just, like, the Yuta, Itsumi, and Rika are trying to, like, convince Akane, like, not to do this. And she's like, why wouldn't I?
Please don't destroy the festival.
But I hate it. Yeah, but everyone else is having a great time. And it's like, yeah, but I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Like, she's being like her, like, because it's weird. Like, she's talking like the way that she does when she's outside of her house. So she's kind of like, she's saying everything like truthfully, but she's being like, oh yeah, I hate this festival. I want to summon a kaiju and kill everyone. Where like when she's at home, she talks all seriously, just like, fucking hate everything. So it was really weird, just her using her like innocent voice.
Well, no, there's no point in hiding anymore. We know who she is.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's like what they kind of do. Like Yuta thinks of a plan where it's like, wait, what if we get everyone to help out on this? Because Akane, before she brings back Mecha Googulus. Googulus.
Googly eyes.
Googly eye.
Mecha googly eyes.
Mecha googly eyes.
I just won't put googly eyes on. Everything's better when you put googly eyes on.
But like she shows it off to them at school. So they're thinking, it's like, how do we beat this thing? It's like, well, we're the Gridman Alliance. We can think of anything. What if we... But Yuta remembers about the time when Gridman mentions, oh, hey, we could just, like, Gridman can shrink. So that what if we can bring everyone else? Yeah, but the computer froze. Yeah, but if we shrink everyone down, maybe junk can hold this all together.
Yeah. And, like, at the same time, whatever, like, that was, like, a subplot between, like, Utsumi and Rika where, like, Utsumi's just like, well, we need to take Akane down. We need to stop her with this. And just, and, like, Rika's like, she's still my best friend. Like, I can't just go against her. Like, that's not possible. And Utsumi's like, well, like, don't you know what's at stake here and everything? And she's like, yeah, but I don't care. And then she's like, but we're the Gridman Alliance. And she's like, well, honestly, you're the only one who's been calling us that. No one else has been saying it. So she kind of just like gets into
everyone else's heads. Like, what happened was this episode makes Rika think she is pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she doesn't really like do anything for the team. Utsumi thinks of the idea. Yuta's the one that turns into Gridman. Everyone becomes a form of Gridman. And then Rika just thinks of her as just, like, I don't do anything.
But she does. She has her uses.
Mm-hmm.
She's supportive. She helped them, like, call the store when they're, like, out in the middle of fucking nowhere, so...
But to her, that's just minor stuff.
Yeah, but still, like, even Yuta, like, confronts her about it, and he's just like, no, you're very useful. Like, I do, and I really like you being around, so...
Oh yeah, Auntie shows up again this episode with, like, he has a bandage over his eye.
Yeah.
So yeah, he lost his eye.
Yeah, so he like shows up to the store, and he's like looking for Rika, and it's like, where's Rika? And they're like, why the fuck do you care? And then he like kind of collapses. So then Rika's mom like gives him a meal, which it's funny. He like eats it like because like he's a kaiju at like first.
Kaiju first.
So he's just like
second.
stuffing his face literally in the plate. And they're like, so then like Caliber just like gives him his phone, or he gets Auntie's phone number, and then like sends him on his way, and just like they're like, what the fuck, why'd you leave him? And he's just like, yeah. And then they like made a realization, wait, when you fought Auntie before, you could have chased after him and like got him. And he's like, yeah, I could have, but I know Yuta wouldn't have probably told me not to.
Yeah, Yuta was thinking of the whole leave him type of situation, so I went with that.
Mm-hmm. And so we get like this thing where it's like a few days before the festival starts, so we get like these like really cute countdowns.
Yeah, cute little countdowns of like everyone at the school being excited for the festival.
Yeah.
And what happens is they still try to convince Akane to stop, like, to not do it on the festival, and it's like, no, fuck you. Bye.
But then they like manage to like actually do the fight before the festival even starts.
So they decide, instead of having Akane have the kaiju show up at the festival, we're gonna show up first before the festival even begins.
Mm-hmm. So they kind of like lure her out.
Yeah, it's
so
like
she can like summon. Which she does, and like she actually makes like a model of it or whatever like that, and then like she shows it to like everyone in the school, and it's like, oh, you're gonna summon this thing? She's like, yeah, and then like her friends show up, and they're like, oh my god, it's so cute! Like you made this, and I'm like, look, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why do you think it's cute? Like it's weird.
It's Japan. They think anything's weird, or they think anything's cute.
Yeah, I guess so.
Again,
So then we get introduced to full powered Gridman, which is the combined form of Gridman Caliber, Battle Tracto Max, Buster Boar, and Sky Vitter.
yeah, and Gridman himself.
Yeah, and Gridman himself. And holy shit, is it fucking cool.
It is broken.
It's broken, it's badass looking. He looks like a combiner from like Transformers.
No, nothing beats freaking this. I would call it more of a super mode of all things.
Yeah. But he looked like a giant fucking robot. It was fucking awesome.
I dig giant robots.
So like it's amazing. Like the fucking mecha googly eyes just like he like spins his head like a drill, which is fucking amazing. But then full power Gridman just like grabs it, rips his head off, and just like it like doesn't even stand a chance against them. And like you have to remember too, he's like smaller.
He is smaller, but he has everyone's power.
Yeah, but he's doing all the shit like smaller size, but yeah, with everyone's power. And then like yeah, he like fires like his drills and like you know like weapons and shit. And then he like finishes them off with like the caliber, but like he does this like cool attack where he
charges up the attack and he goes all gold and it's like slash.
He just slashes down at them and just like
slices them,
cuts them right in half, and it's fucking amazing. And like that was pretty much it.
Ooh. And then as for episode 9, it starts off. Oh yeah, there was one more thing that happened in episode 8. Yeah, we find out Rika was made. She's not even a real person, according to Akane, because Akane apparently created her to be her best friend.
Yeah, and I think she made like everyone, like Yuta and Itsumi included, and episode 9 kind of confirms that.
Yeah, apparently Akane makes a kaiju in episode 9, and she makes Gridman, Yuta, Utsumi, and Rika fall asleep, in which they awaken in this dreamland type of situation, where this is what Akane had for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was what her perfect world would have been like if Gridman wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Apparently the kaiju's name is Boojak.
That was the kaiju
in episode 9.
Oh, episode 9 was Boojak?
Yeah. His name was Boojak.
Oh. Okay.
That's...
What the fuck is with all these weird names from kaijus, man?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then the episode 8, one last thing was like they're at the festival, and apparently they're like Yuta, Utsumi, and Rika are like part of a thing called like a reverse gender cafe.
Oh,
so like
right.
Yuta's wearing a schoolgirl uniform, Utsumi's wearing like a maid outfit, and then Rika's wearing like a Navy admiral's like uniform.
And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was the thing, and then just yeah, so like. It just ends with like Akane just being like in a room, just being like, "What the fuck? Like, what do I do?" Like, everything's like ruined because of Gridman. So then, episode 9, it just it fucked with my head because like we're watching this and we're just seeing like Yuta wake up and like Akane's there, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's going on? And then I'm like realizing like this looks familiar, and I realized that it was the first scene in episode 1 of Gridman, where so Akane replaced Rika with herself.
At first, I was thinking Akane just resetted the world.
Yeah,
again,
and like got rid of Rika, which I was like at first like furious because I'm like, how dare you rid my waifu from the show?
Steal my waifu.
Yeah, how dare you fucking steal my waifu from the series? But what we find out is that all three of them are having three separate dreams where apparently they're living out, Akane's living out exactly how she wanted everything to be with these guys before Gridman showed up. So with Yuta, she just wanted to have like a nice friendly relationship with him.
She wanted to have a boyfriend.
Rika, she just wanted her to hang out with her all the time, be a best friend.
Yeah.
And then Utsumi, she just wanted to have like a kaiju buddy to like hang out with and talk about.
A nerd friend.
Yeah, a nerd friend and shoot the shit about kaiju with. So
who she also kind of wanted to sleep with.
Oh, that too. She's a horny one.
Yeah, she's a horny one. That lady is.
That kind of is.
That kind of is.
Yeah. So like, fuck.
Oh yeah. So Caliber, Max, Boar, and Vitter have no choice but to stop the kaiju itself because Bojack, he can't be touched by anything until Gridman wakes up from his dream, in which Gridman wakes everyone else up.
Yeah.
From their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Which they come to a realization that Akane's still in that dream state. Where maybe we should go save her. Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, so like in these small things, whatever, like that, just like they're slowly like picking up. So like Akane with like Utsumi, like she's like reading all the naming all the kaijus, and like Utsumi just keeps like saying like, oh, what about this one? And she's like, oh, it's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then
of course they don't go.
He can't realize, he can't like believe that like she's so into kaiju, and so like eventually Utsumi comes to the realization, just being like. Because, like, she's like, oh, why don't you, like, come over? Like, my parents aren't home. Oh, you know, you can even stay the night if you want to. And then just, like...
She wants the dick.
No, and then Utsumi's just like, no, this isn't happening. Like, why would so many good things in a row, like, be happening like this?
I don't know, Utsumi. Maybe you just had a shitty life and now life's, treating you perfectly.
Yeah.
Don't say no. Say no when you... After the night.
Well, see, that's why, like, me personally, I had a bad experience in high school where, like, I liked one of the most popular girls in high school, and she played around with my feelings, making me believe that she liked me, and then she, like, just was fucking with me the whole time, and I never spoke to her again.
This episode kind of reminded me of an episode of Batman the Animated Series, actually. I just watched that at the comic book store recently. It was... I can't remember the title of the episode, but basically Bruce wakes up and everything's fine. Like, he has a girlfriend who was Catwoman. His parents are alive. Wayne Enterprise is booming. And there's another guy being Batman. So he gets to... Like, he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't like it. Like, at first he's fine with it. But then it's like, no, this isn't what I want.
Yeah, it's like that episode of Justice League Unlimited where like it's like this plant thing is on Superman, and Superman's like living his life on Krypton, where like,
and he has a son.
He has a son. His parents are alive. Everything's fine. But then it gets they get it off of Superman. It goes on to Bruce, and Bruce is imagining that his dad fights back against the robber who's trying to rob them, and he's like punching the shit out of him, and then like as like Bruce is just realizing like this isn't happening, like this already happened and they died because of it. And then they defeated Mongol the best way where they put it on him, and he's just imagining him ruling everything. It's fucking amazing.
I don't know, I'm a sucker for this type of what would you call this? A what if scenario?
Yeah, it's like,
or it's it wouldn't be a Wonderful Life, because Wonderful Life is where it's like, well, what would the world look like without you?
It's like a paradise effect where it's just like, because like every human in existence, like you, me, we all have like that perfect scenario that we want our lives to be. So yeah, like everyone has that. They just, like me, I have an imagination of how I want my life to perfectly be, but like unfortunately life doesn't work that way. No, you have to make life be the way you want it to be by working hard. So, but anyways, so then like Yuta's thing, like, just she like brings him to like a graveyard, and he's looking at a gravestone. But like throughout the Yuta section, you notice that like in like billboards and like reflections and on TV screens. Like he's seeing Gridman because like Gridman's trying to get in contact with him.
Hey, yo, boy, this isn't real. Wake the fuck up.
So it's interesting to know that deep down in like Akane wanted all this to happen, but fucking Gridman showed up. And Gridman pretty much ruined everything because Alexis is here. And Alexis, like, he was hunting Alexis. So if Alexis never showed up, or Gridman never showed up, she would have had exactly how she wanted. So this entire show, this entire world that we've seen, the cities, the battles, all the people in it, all Akane.
It's all Akane.
It's all in her head. All of her creation. So none of this is real. And that's fucking mind-blowing to realize.
Oh yeah, we also got to see all the assist weapons combined into one form. Powered Xenon.
And holy shit, that was fucking cool.
I wasn't expecting that because they all go out and I'm like, okay, so Gridman should be there now. And then like they all start like coming apart. I'm like, all right, what's going on? Gridman's not here. And then they start combining into each other.
Whoa.
Oh.
So yeah, like we already got like this badass Gridman form last episode, and in this episode we just get the weapons doing it, and I'm like, that's so cool. Like that's so badass that they can do that.
That is pretty cool. That way it's like, hey, you toy collectors, you can either have it be in robot form or you can have it like in separate forms.
Yeah, so now you can like pose your Gridman by himself, and then you can have the weapons be powered Xenon if you want to.
Which that was something that did happen in the original show, apparently.
Okay.
We just haven't gotten to it yet. I think he shows up in like episode 12 or something.
And like honestly, by this point where we are, like Auntie, I feel for the guy. Like I really, really do. Because like he's just trying so freaking hard
to fulfill
his mission. And just Sakane's been treating him like absolute garbage. Like not even talking to him anymore. He sends fucking Alexis to fuck with them and loses his eye because of it. And just, yeah, like he's just trying to kill Gridman. That's all he wants. So like I
gotta get the Gridman.
So like I feel bad for him now. So... But yeah, so this episode, this was interesting. It really fucked with me. And now we're just like very curious to see where it's going to go from here.
Because we only got 3 episodes left.
Which probably, honestly, after we're done recording, we're just going to fucking marathon the rest of it.
Yeah, just we want to see how this ends.
Yeah, we're like so curious. And see if there's going to be a season 2.
Oh,
my favorite.
Can I get in line to not go see it?
God, it's our duty.
Who said it was my duty? I was just doing it for the views.
Oh yeah, it was also funny in episode 8 when like the Alliance or whatever like that, they like show up at their school and like they're like, "Are you? You're not supposed to fucking be here." But what do you mean? Like it's normal for everyone to go to school. No, it's not. And it's like, oh, and then like Calibur's just like walking in the middle of the courtyard of the school, and everyone's kind of looking at him like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing here?"
And he sticks out like a sore fucking thumb.
Yeah, because he's like just a guy like wielding like 4 katanas, so it's like super weird.
Well, you never know. You could be into like anime and all that.
Oh wow, they're actually calling the Neon Genesis Junior High students.
Yeah, that's what they're referred to as.
What the fuck? Well, I'm just gonna call them the Gridman Alliance because that sounds cooler.
Yeah, because that's all of them together. And then when they do wake up from the dream, the episode ends with Rika telling them about what Akane said to her about being like created by her.
Yeah, just being like, yeah, I'm just. So like, she actually purposely made her to like. Because like
just to be her friend.
No, but remember also like Akane has like a huge rack, and so she made her gonna have a nice ass and nice legs. So
yeah, so
there are 2 sides of the same coin.
There are just too many questions.
Too many questions. So yeah, so that's SSSS.GRIDMAN for now.
Yeah, for now.
But next week we'll be talking about.
In episode 75, we'll be talking about the 3 final episodes.
Yeah, it'll be an all Gridman episode.
Yeah. But with that out of the way, shall we go on to Rube? Rube this shit.
Rube that shit.
ずっとずっとつながってる
So yeah.
And so we have reached the finale. Episode 25. I kicked the Yeti Bucks.
How dare you?
Episode 25. House of the Rising Sun. It's an odd title.
Yeah.
Or it's something like that. It involves the rising sun because they're in Japan and all that.
So, yeah. What a way to fucking end the show. So, finally, fucking goddamn finally, we finally figured out who Aussie is, where she came from, what's her fucking deal. And Gar fucking called it
I was
from
close.
episode 1.
Well, not from episode 1, but when they started questioning things, that's when I pinpointed it to. But so yeah, let's talk about the whole Asahi reveal thing. So Asahi herself is an anomaly.
Well, she's a crystal.
Yeah, she is a crystal.
She's a root crystal.
She is a root crystal, in which, when Mio was in the pocket dimension, and when she saw Grigio attacking, she wanted to make sure her two boys, Katsumi and Isami, were fine.
Yep.
When the Rube Gyros and the Rube Crystals went out to go save them, it created a paradox. And thus, when they left, even with Mio's fear of losing her two sons, it created Asahi.
Yeah, so Asahi is kind of a combination of both the crystals and the love that Mio has for her sons. Because you could see a bit of Mio in Asahi. Because she's always been that very positive character and stuff, and you can actually tell that their mother is exactly like that too. Very happy-go-lucky and just super positive and stuff. So that's how I take Asahi is. She's a representation of their mother. And
she showed up the day they became Ultraman.
Yeah, so after they collapsed from their power, they went
I'm kind of sad we never got that again in the show.
That. Yeah, we only got twice, I think.
Yeah, we only got it in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, and she was the one to wake them up.
Yeah. And
so they just got memories of just being oh yeah, Asahi's always been around.
We're talking about that's Asahi.
Yeah, we remember when we went on the outing when we were kids, took a picture and there was her as a baby.
Yeah, we remember her from school. We remember her memories.
Yeah. So then they're just kind of questioning her whole existence and just being even herself, she's so down about because she lost her best friend. She's questioning her entire existence, what the fuck she is, and we've never seen her this upset before because she's usually so happy, and it's just it felt so bad for her, and so even so they're even questioning just it's well, does Asahi even exist, and Katsumi and Isami are just yes, she does. With in our hearts, she exists. She is a true being. She's our sister. She's your daughter. She's our sister. We love her very much, and she does exist. She is a part of us.
She is not it.
Yeah, she's not what's it.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah, so it was nice to finally realize what Asahi was, because.
We've just been wondering since, episode freaking 12.
Yeah. It's the fuck are you?
There's also the point where, you mentioned it last episode, but it actually happened in this episode. So apparently, Mio's idea is to once again seal Lugosite in a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Using Eisen Tower as, the beacon for the portal.
Yep.
But,
and in the process, she's going to sacrifice herself to make sure it stays open enough that Lugosite will go through. So she's going to take Lugosite and the entire tower with herself in it.
So that, world can be saved.
The world can be saved, and she's she sacrificed to make sure that it happened. But just Katsumi and Isami realize that she's doing that, and they're just No, we're not going to have that.
We just got you back.
Yeah, we just got you back. We're not going to fucking lose you again.
It's the exact same day, the day late. It's only been a day and a half.
Day.
Gyro Day. We stopped Gyro Day. Gyro Day is inevitable.
You only deleted.
You only deleted. Well, she did.
Just fucking Arnold.
They just delayed it.
They just did. Yeah, they delayed Leukocyte's fucking summoning. So, anyways,
Rosso and Blue try to fight Leukocyte,
which
that didn't work.
Yeah. So, like, what happens is like she sees like what's gonna about to happen, where like she saw the prediction where like they got incinerated by Leukocyte. So Leukocyte fires the beam, and she actually forces them to de-transform somehow, and then puts a lock on their gyros so that they can't transform.
Yeah,
she's like, "Yes, I did it. I prevented them from dying. Like, I saved the future. I changed the future."
No, it's like, again, to quote Arnie again, you didn't stop it. You just postponed it until now.
So then they like run up to the tower and they like see their mom, and they're just and they're like, "No. Like, we're family. We just got you back. We're not losing you." And then
we gotta stop him. And it's like, no, you guys are my two. Like, she's having the same argument that Ushio just had with them. It's like, no, you two are my boys. I can't let anything happen to you. And then Ushio walks in, just like, because apparently he's fine now after his back.
And he has a new shirt.
Yeah, he has a new shirt. He has a new shirt underneath all of his outfits. Which I find it cute because Mio's wearing the first shirt of the series. He's wearing the last shirt.
Yeah, and his was like for like a father good reason or something like that. Yeah. Something like that. It had like father pun in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like the whole point of just like their argument is just like
they're not kids.
They're not kids. They're adults. They're like doing.
They make their own decisions.
Yeah. So if they want to try to defeat this earth destroying monster, let them. Like, they're meant to. And then they just do the badass thing where they, like, activate their gyros and they jump out the fucking window and transform. It's fucking awesome.
Apparently, like, one thing that I did like about Mio and Ushio's conversation is that, like, even when Mio was in the pocket dimension, she also hated it. She hated how she missed out on a lot of the things in their lives. It's like, you think I didn't want to be at, like, practice or at school exams or pay loans? It's like, I wanted to experience all that. Now, and then Ushio's probably just thinking inside his head, well, we could have another kid. Do all this all over again.
And they were Asahi.
I already have an Asahi.
You're adopted.
Alright, fine. I'll call her HA.
Asahi 2.
No, I'll call her GA. Good Asahi.
You're bad Asahi.
That's a King of the Hill reference.
Yep.
I'll name him Hank. But you can't have a son.
I always wanted a boy named Hank.
But I'm your son. Not anymore. I'll call him GH. Good Hank.
You're bad at BH. Bad Hank.
But yeah, they do the cool last transformation sequence where instead of running down the street that X, Orb, and G have done.
Yeah, but Orb did it fucking amazing.
Yeah, Orb did it the coolest.
The coolest.
Katsumi and Isami decide to jump out a freaking window of all things. Like the highest point of the tallest Eisen Tower. And freaking just jumped out and pull out their gyros and just because like the lock disappeared after they shut out that they're Ultramans.
Yep. And
then, cue the opening theme song because, Toku Logic or like Tokusatsu cliche number, whatever. Final episodes don't have the opening. It's just logo sequence and then episode.
Yep.
So it's like you get the opening sequence and they're just blitzkrieging through freaking forms.
Yeah, because like they just figured they can just take Lucasite by surprise by just like going with everything they have.
Fire everything.
And then what happens is they turn to Rube.
Oh yeah, because Lugosite hits the attack again that Mio predicted in her vision. And
so to counter it, they transform to Rube.
Yeah. In which she's like, the future's been changed.
Oh my god.
So what she they only had like 5 minutes before like the portal like sucked them all up.
Yeah.
But she canceled it because she's like, the future's been changed.
Okay.
They can kick his ass.
My boys can do it. And so then we get into the whole Asahi thing where like she like goes in front of Lugosite and then she like
You want to die.
Like turns into a crystal. Yeah, and she turns into the
group crystal or the Monado crystal. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's the movie exclusive Rube crystal. But it's kept closed for this episode, in which they use the Monado. I think it's the Monado family shot.
Yeah,
or something like that. It's basically like Orb's attack, like the Orb triply or the triple Orb Orgium attack, or I think it was
orgasm attack.
Yeah, the orgasm attack.
So instead of actually using it to transform or something like that, because they don't have like Ultra Woman Grigio yet, they
just blow Lugosite the fuck up.
Yeah, they just put it in the weapon.
Oh yeah, they put it in the Rube Korin. And yeah, they defeat Lugosite.
Yeah, so I was actually legit surprised because I was thinking that like, oh, Lugosite's so powerful they need to seal him away. No, they destroyed him. I was genuinely surprised. It's like, oh.
It's all about taking those risks as a family.
Yeah.
It's all about seeing what can happen.
So they do it. They change the future. They save the world. Save the city.
Save the world. Ultraman.
Ultraman Rube.
But Asahi sadly becomes particle dust and flies off into the sunset.
No.
And they're all sad and it's like, no. Like, where's Aussie? Aussie does.
And then they start having a fucking Whitey do foul seizure.
Like they're just having like a hissy fit. It's like it's not even like.
Okay.
Anyways, like they follow her. Like, I can't remember if they follow them back to the forest or something. Like, they end up outside of town.
Yeah. And like, their van's there. And
like, the van's there. Katsumi and Isami are there. Asahi's... Wait, what? Yeah, apparently, the Great Eye, when she wished...
Yeah, it was literally they were pulling a Kamen Rider ghost.
It felt like the ghost opening.
Like, finale.
The ghost finale. Because Asahi's just floating down to the ground. It's like, okay, I guess Asahi's here again for some reason.
They willed it.
Yeah. I think they actually willpowered her to, like, back.
Yeah, and so now she just exists.
She just exists.
And now she's like an actual, just like...
human being. She's not a crystal.
Yeah, well, she's probably still a crystal, but... But yeah, and then they go back to Quattro M, where now it's Quattro M. Because they added an extra M.
It's like, but Quattro means 4.
Yeah. So now they're like gonna all decide to run it as like a family business.
Well, fuck college. Fuck. Just toss the table with all the science shit on it.
You know what I realized? We never got to see that girl that Isami liked again. Like the girl liked to fly.
Yeah.
Ah, that was sad. I wanted to see more of that.
Yeah, and then Katsumi, you know how he opened up the series with a narration, he ends it with a narration, being like, "Oh, this is the end of the story about 2 brothers, but now it's the beginning of a family."
Ooh.
Oh, that's adorable.
And that concludes Ultraman Rube.
So, our overall thoughts?
It was cool.
It was alright.
I mean, like, it's not the greatest series ever. There were some flaws here and there. It did kind of
deviate from Katsumi and Isami for like a good chunk of episodes.
And like, yeah, and honestly, they got rid of like the best character in the entire show.
Oh, Aizen?
Yeah, so Makoto Aizen, Alien Cereza, like Ultraman Orb Dark, Noir Black Schwartz. He was just so fun, so funny. Like, it's also weird because badass Ultraman.
Like, it's weird because they also, like, before the show even started, they built him up.
Yeah.
Where it's like, who is Ultraman Orb Dark? And it's like, why is he here? Who is this? Even when they showed off the freaking SH figure arts for him at the Tamashii Nations event last year, it was before he was shown off in the show, and they had a Rosso and Blue, like, they had the suits in. But when, like, they were showing it off, they actually covered their eyes. It's like, no, we can't see this yet.
Yep. Can't know who it is. And it was Aizen. And at first I was a bit upset because I'm like, oh, he's just going to be so fucking silly with like the form and everything.
And it's like, oh shit.
But then like that added to him.
Stick.
Yeah, that's his thing. Like, and it was great. And then we found out like more of his goals. And then like, as everyone knows, I just fell in love with this character. And like, I bought all of his shit. And like, so I have this vinyl. Like, I was going to get his like cheap gimmick figure, like, but it didn't come in the mail ever. And then I got the Changer, and I keep his Gyro. I'm getting the SH Figure Arts eventually. I got his crystal holder.
Oh yeah, the crystal case with the majority of Eisen's
which
crystals.
I plan on hopefully finishing that.
Yeah, I think the rest of them were sold in Candy Toys.
Yeah, but just no surprise to anyone, Eisen was my favorite character, and he was severely underused, and I think he went away way too soon. I kind of understand, because by the end of the series, we kind of realized how important Saki was, because she was more relevant to
the plot,
to why their mother went missing, and who this Leukocyte guy was, and why Rosso and Blue died originally all those years ago, is because they were my brothers, and they protected me. So
oh my god, I think that's what the finale was trying to show. That instead of because remember, her brothers died trying to fight Leukocyte. Mio saw the vision of them dying again. So what if it was just a whole what would the theme of the show be like?
Well, the theme of the whole show was about family and bonds.
For family. Just the end of Spy Kids 3 for family.
Oh my god. Glasses quick.
Glasses down.
Gyros quick. But honestly, and you know what's great though was this whole show, when we first talked about it, was we found out that the whole theme of it was about bonds and family, and you know what, this show did that very well. It
definitely pulled. I'll admit, the first the first half of the series was really good. It was very story driven for Katsumi and Isami, and then once Ultraman Rube came in, it was fine. But then there were it felt like a few of the episodes weren't really doing anything.
Yeah, Saki kind of just showed up out of nowhere, and I'm just who the hell's this chick? What's her deal?
I kind of feel like Saki and Asahi, for a while, took the spotlight from them a bit too much.
Because I don't know why, but it just made us feel like Asahi had a connection with Saki for some reason. So we kept thinking is Saki the reason Asahi's around or something like that? No. It wasn't.
It was the thing that I predicted.
I feel like the mother Mio should have come back earlier. Maybe around the episode 16, 17 mark or something.
Or hell, there was the prediction that maybe Mio, that Saki was the twin or the other half of Asahi.
Yeah, that's what we thought, and that would have been awesome. But yeah, so just the first 12 episodes of the series was really, really good, and then it just fell off a bit. But then I think it made up for itself with the finale.
Yeah, episode 21 and onwards.
Once Mio came into the picture,
that's when everything started to okay, let's start wrapping the story up.
She's giving us full context of what exactly happened when she went missing, and what's been going on, who this Leukocyte guy is, and then it's oh, okay, and she ended up being a wicked character. I was amazed, shocked with how she was. I was not expecting it. I was worried she was going to go the whole villain route and just end up being evil or something like that, which I'm fucking glad they didn't go that direction.
You know what, if I can actually think of something that I'm starting to notice just now as we're talking about it, Katsumi and Isami, the two heroes of the show, kind of got the shaft in character development.
Yeah,
Asahi got more... Asahi... Ushio, Aizen, Mio, and Saki. 5 of the 7 main characters got more character development than our 2 main protagonists.
Yeah.
What were the 2 things that Katsumi and Isami did? Katsumi played baseball for 1 episode.
Isami went to college.
That's it. We never seen more of... I'm not trying to say we need more character development for them. I'm just saying... There was nothing else there.
Yeah,
we had 1 episode focusing on Katsumi's baseball career and his coach.
And I think that's how they were marketing them. It was just oh, here's 2 Ultramen that are brothers. That's it. That's what they are. They're 2 brothers who both become Ultramen at the same time.
And yeah, they did bicker a bit, but I feel like maybe there should have been a 2-parter where they just weren't working together. Or maybe have like an arc in the show. Like this is one of the problems. I'll admit,
being 26 episodes.
Yeah, like I think Rube's the one that suffers the most for being only 25 episodes. And I think it's because we have 2 Ultramen.
I think it should be 30.
Get 5 more episodes.
5 more episodes, just like, have like 1 more filler, maybe like 2 episodes or 3 where it's like an arc of just them having like at their lowest or something, and then an episode that like
or them just not working together.
Yeah. Or like maybe one of them sees like Aizen's point of view and just goes, maybe like Isami would be like, yeah, maybe he's right, and then just like joins Aizen for a bit, and Katsumi's trying to convince him like, no, this guy's a fucking asshole. Can't you like see this? And like have both Blue and Orb Dark fight Rosso, and that would have been cool.
The Rube Crystal concept I kinda liked. I'll admit, I like the idea of the whole crystal thing. But it was never fully explained as to why they were all based on different Ultramen. Yeah,
because, like, when the original Rosso and Blue died, they shattered into crystal, these root crystals, and then you just...
I get it. It's the gimmick of this season. But the whole... the Ultraman thing itself made no sense.
Yeah. You could have just made them based off elements, and that would have worked better.
But you can't sell elements.
They don't even.
You can sell faces.
Yeah, they don't even question like, oh, who's this Victory guy? Like, I wonder what he was about.
Yeah,
like, I just don't know.
Now remember, there was a crossover with Zero and the other new generation heroes.
Yeah,
but that was that was never we never got a raw of that. But we did.
And the
quality.
Yeah, the concept of the Rube Gyro itself, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, the gimmick itself, I love.
Yeah, the toy is great. The transformation, like I love that, like you input it and like it has a bunch of sounds. It has like a spinner thing with lights in it, and you have to like activate it like 3 times to like do a full transformation. It was fucking cool, and it's fun to do. Like I still play with this thing today, and it's a fun toy.
Which I actually have the rest of my Rube stuff on standby.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the show's over with, I might actually start picking up the rest of things.
Yeah.
Like, I just picked up the rest of the vinyls. Like, for Rosso and Blue.
Mm-hmm.
And Rube.
Yeah, I still got my Rosso and Blue vinyls, and I'm happy to have them, so... But, yeah, just, like, Aussie was a really cute character. Like, again, she was, like, kind of saw her as like a stray pet, where it's like at first you're kind of like, oh, okay, she's alright, but then by the end you're just like, oh, I fucking love her. Like I can't see this show without her. Like she added a lot.
I feel like there should have been a few more comedic scenes in the series.
I like the episode where like she's like, all right, you guys need to tell me fucking everything about what you guys are. Episode? Yeah, but like she's like trying to train with them, trying to like hang out with them more.
One of my favorite episodes was definitely the episode after the ant type of character left, where Isami couldn't transform. So it's just like you have Katsumi there, like transformed as Ultraman Rosso. Gregory shows up and he's like, move away for a second. We're having a conversation here. But then like Grigio like slaps Rosso across the face. And as Katsumi is back to normal, he has a giant, like, print on his face from the slap. It's like, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. Or, like, when he, like, rescues, like, Russell, like, rescues the car and, like, makes it drive off. And he's like, yeah. But, like, my favorite episodes were just any episode that fucking Aizen was in, because he was just such a treat. Like, I like that he, like...
I feel like episodes 8 through 12 would probably be your favorite.
Like, just the
or Dark Noir Black Schwartz storyline.
Yeah. Because, like, honestly, like, the one episode where, like, he, like, buys 10,000 shirts just to fucking bring Isami and Katsumi over to him so he can go... You guys fucking suck as Ultraman. I'm gonna grade you and show you what to fucking do. That was such a great episode, and like he schools them, and then just
actually that was a very valid question. Whatever did happen to the Orb Ring Neo? They kind of.
I feel like it just got tossed into a drawer and they just never used it.
Yeah, I think
they used it like one more time after he was gone, but that was it.
I feel like that was truly like the end of like Orb Dark, Ultraman Orb Dark, where it's just like once you know they're no longer using his weapon, meaning.
Yeah, and then his like actual host that he was possessing is like, oh, I
gonna
realized
go
what the fuck
travel
was
the world.
going on, but yeah, I don't want part of this anymore. I'm gonna go travel the world. Bye. I'm leaving the company to Saki.
It's like, yeah.
Ushio was honestly like he was a fun character.
Ushio, I felt like he was probably like one of the best parents that I've seen in a tokusatsu series.
Because like he wasn't aware of a lot of what went on the whole series, but like
as to any
Yeah.
parent in a tokusatsu show. Hell, Uncle Mario from Zoologer didn't find out until like episode 4, until the Christmas episodes.
And I actually for that I was disappointed because I feel like he should have just known from the start because it would have made a lot more entertaining.
That is true.
Yeah, but like Ushio was a good father. He cared about them. When he found out that they were Ultramen, he like fucking scolded them, being like, "You guys have been fucking risking your lives out there, like behind my back, like what the fuck?" And just like he just like,
or just how like, when he actually thought about when he was the one that started the whole Asahi storyline,
being like, "Oh,"
because he found a picture of of the past, but
yeah,
like Asahi wasn't there. So like he actually like instead of just leaving it as it is, he actually goes deeper into it. He's like pulls out all the school everything of his.
Here's Katsumi's. Here's your stuff from when you were younger. Here's Isami's stuff from when you were younger.
And here's Asahi's.
Asahi has nothing.
It's like he questions it. He's like, "What's going on?"
And then he slips and accidentally asks Asahi like, "What the fuck are you?" And like he kind of slipped there because it's like you don't say that. And like even Isami and Katsumi were like, "Don't say that, man.
Yeah.
She's our sister. She's your daughter." It's like, well, she's my daughter, but why don't I fucking remember her? Like, why don't we have anything based around her? But just like, yeah. And his shirts were super fucking creative. I like that he's very passionate about, because like he knows his business doesn't do super well, but that doesn't stop him from continuing doing what he loves, which is making funny shirts. Only because he made one time. And it impressed his wife.
Yeah.
And, like, he was like, you know what? My wife thinks they're funny, then other people will find them funny, too. And he just kept on it. So, way to go for, like, keeping up with his dream, even though he knows it wouldn't be the most successful thing ever. Mm-hmm. So... What
did you think of the form changes this season? Because, we can't really... It's hard to compare it to Jeed because Jeed was doing what Or was doing, the whole fusion thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like this kind of went back to basics with the whole form change thing being just, it's a color swap.
Yeah, you know what? That I never thought of it until you just mentioned it now. Yeah, because like, I was going to be like, it was pretty like basic and simple, but like that was the point, right? Because like when I look at like, Tiga. When you look at Tiga, when you look at like, sky type or ground type, it's the same fucking suit. It's just that he has more blue on him or more fucking red on him. So it's like okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like they looked nice. Like I thought I wasn't gonna like how the way ground form looked, but like it looked nice. And then there's some like significant detail differences. Like you can see like there's like some rock pattern on the ground form. And then, like, on the water form. I like that they were able to swap crystals, too. Like, mm-hmm. So, like, aqua and wind wasn't just for blue, and ground and flame wasn't just for Rosso. So I'm glad they were able to swap them. It would have been cool to see both of them use, like, the same element at one point, but I think they only had one crystal for each element, so that's why. But still, it would have been cool if, like, oh, okay, fire and water's not working. What if we both use fire? And it's like, that would have been cool.
It would have been... Like, hell, what? If it wasn't just solely just based on Ultraman, why not have, like, crystals for, like, different abilities? It's like fire crystal, like, duplication crystal, like, mirror crystal, in which, like, it, like, copies the ability. That way they can both use flame.
Yeah, have, like, a Mirror Knight fucking crystal, like, have, like, based off, like, the Zero Force. That would be fucking awesome. But yeah, so, like, overall, Ultra and Rue... It's not terrible, and it's not great either, but it's still...
It's in that middle where it's still a good show to watch, but if we were watching this week to week, which we were.
Yeah, because like we forgot things sometimes, and then we just be like, oh, this is still like on this like arc. Like, come on.
Like if we were watching this all in one go, we wouldn't have a problem. But it's like when you watch it week to week, in which I almost forgot, but huge thanks goes out to the people at Color Timer Subs for picking up the show of Ultraman Rube. Without them, we probably wouldn't have been able to watch this show.
Yeah, because Crunchyroll didn't fucking get it.
Yeah, because Crunchyroll didn't acquire the rights to it. Nor did they ever give us an explanation as to why.
Which I think was absolute bullshit.
Oh, how there was just never an explanation given from either company.
And now they've ruined my hashtag bring Dinah to Crunchyroll because it's probably never going to happen now.
No.
But all of Dinah's subbed, so who the fuck cares?
That is true. All Dinah is fully subbed now.
But I will say one thing about Rube, though. Its theme, again, is bond and family, and I honestly think it fucking nailed it.
It did work.
It nailed its theme very well. And these characters, like, again, Isami and Katsumi, they were okay, but honestly, this show was made very well for its characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that's what it was trying to do, was, like, it was trying to make its side characters seem more interesting, and I think it did it pretty fucking well. Like, again, didn't expect Mio to fucking, the mother, just be as fucking great as she was. Like, that was surprising. Darling was a kind of fun little computer AI character robot thingy, so I liked her, but, like, again,
she's no, what's her name?
Oh,
from Jeed.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Forgot her name. I feel so bad.
Yeah, the AI for freaking...
Yeah, the giant yellow ball thing.
Just the giant disco ball.
Bem something?
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Anyways, but like again, Aizen was my favorite thing from this entire show, and always will be. So, I love you, Orb Dark Noir Black Schwartz. You were amazing. I hope Subaraya, if you're listening, make a fucking mini-series, like a 3-part mini-series about just Orb Dark,
right.
like a what if he actually succeeded in like crossing to another dimension and just teaming up with Ultraman Orb. Like that'd be sick. I'd love to see that. Just him being a hero for real instead of just like kind of faking it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and the AI from Jeed, her name was Rem.
Rem, that's right. God damn. I feel so bad.
But yeah, I agree with Lane. Rube wasn't the greatest show, nor was it the worst.
Yeah.
It was there.
Ginga has that fucking title
yeah,
for worst Ultraman series ever. Oh god. Because like I feel like if we watch any of like the show ones or something, like we've heard Max is bad, Nexus wasn't that great because it got canceled like 30 episodes into a series.
Well, that was because it was meant to be dark and serious, but it was airing at like the wrong time. It's like, no, we can't do this.
Which now I'm actually fucking interested in watching Nexus because like honestly, Nexus looks fucking cool. I love his design, like because he looks so different from other Ultramen, and I want to see why was the show canceled. Like how dark is this fucking series? So, like I'm curious.
Dark enough to end the show without answering all of its questions.
Damn.
That's how canceled was it? So canceled it didn't even finish up all of its storylines.
What will happen to Ultraman Nexus next episode? Well, too bad. You won't find out. I got canceled.
Find out next time on Nexus's finest hour. All right, next tape. Show was canceled.
You can always count on Schwa and Schwa and Schwa and Schwa. Not me. I got canceled.
It's pretty much that.
That's gotta be a thumbnail when we fucking talk about Nexus. Just have all the different Crimson Chins, but they're all different Ultramen.
Not really, I got canceled.
Just the Millennium
You know what? Since Nexus is in episode 74, that's gonna be episode 74's thumbnail.
There you go. Not me. I got canceled. Oh, bless you, Cartoon Network, for making fucking amazing memeable cartoons.
That was Nickelodeon.
Oh, whatever. Nickelodeon.
No, it did start off in Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
When on What a Cartoon.
Yeah, thank you, Nickelodeon. Fucking SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents. Like, there's such memeable shows, and it's great. Oh my god. I can't wait to see who you got for the Millennium Crimson Chin, my favorite one.
Alright. So that is episode 73 of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, one big Ultra family.
Yep, and as I promised from when we first started talking about this series, was that the final thumbnail was just going to be Ultraman Rosso and Ultraman Blue with our faces, and we promised, and that's what it's going to be, so...
We didn't really follow that trend as we were talking about Rube.
Well, because we thought like funnier shit.
Yeah, we thought fun.
Because remember, we're not just talking about Rube every episode. We're talking about X and stuff too. So it's like, if something funny happens in X, like we're gonna fucking put an X thumbnail because it's funny.
Also, I noticed two of our thumbnails are the same because they're both screenshots from X. I noticed just how the sky is just—it's not even a blue color. It's like a fade, like a soft navy blue.
Oh, okay.
It's like, wow. We still didn't get sky rights.
Fuck.
Alright. Schwa for now, everyone.
Schwa for now.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to this episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger. We appreciate your dedication to listening.
If you have an opinion on the news or shows we talked about, leave a comment down below. #comments for Lane.
If you want to check us out on other social media pages, you can check out our Twitter pages. As always, you can follow me at twitter.com/Autobot.
You can follow me at twitter.com/Lane_.
For other pages, you can find my blog, Gar's Toku Blogs, on Facebook.com. And while you're on Facebook, why not give Radio Sentai Castranger a follow?
For older episodes of our shows, you can find them at castranger.podbean.com. And we also have some merch, such as t-shirts and bags, available at tpublic.com.
That's all for this exciting episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger. Until next time,
schwa for now!
できる